Good afternoon. This is the 5FM Radio Main News. The headlines. UPND Director General for Media in the Presidential Support System insists the independence of the judiciary. TIZ disappointed that fake analyzed list suspicious transactions reports related to public sector corruption. Wreckage found after plane carrying 48 people goes down in Russian Far East. This bulletin is also live on our Facebook page, 5FM Radio Zambia, and our YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of and with, my name is Lance Sannie. UPND Director General for Media in the Presidential Support System, Frank Bwalia, has insisted that the judiciary is independent, contrary to views held by some sections of society. Speaking when he featured on the Thursday edition of the Burning Issue program, Mr. Bwalia has denied the possibility of the government bribing court officials to rule in its favor. Commenting on a widely circulated recording allegedly implicating President Hakainde Hichilema, Mr. Bwalia dismissed the possibility of its credibility. He stated that if the government were indeed bribing the courts, it would be evident in numerous court cases.
The people should have seen the government doing that. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. And some people are saying, no, those judges in the Concord couldn't have decided otherwise because they were not appointed by President HH. All those who were appointed by HH actually did not agree with other judges. Now, let's go back a little bit. Some of those judges, including the president, were part of the petition, if I can call it a petition, to determine whether late President Edgar Chagwa actually qualified to stand in the 2021 presidential election.
Mr. Bwalia added that President Hichilema is committed to ensuring infrastructure development in the country and further called on the electorates to vote for the UPND in the 2026 general elections.
No infrastructure. Maybe there is a school, but the health center is too far from schools and so on. So this president is in a hurry to ensure generally the infrastructure in rural areas is improved. We are very happy to know that government is redoing the road between Luwingu and Ichaba. And it's a long distance. I've driven on that road several times, and it takes ages to bituminous standard.
Transparency International Zambia TIZ is disappointed that the Financial Intelligence Center FIC analyzed less suspicious transaction reports related to public sector corruption, resulting in the low number of disseminations on corruption as compared to cases relating to money laundering, fraud, and tax evasion. The FIC analyzed a total of 18,330 STRs, reflecting a 16.8% increase from the 15,696 STRs analyzed in 2023. TIZ Executive Director Maurice Nyambe reminds the FIC that public sector corruption is a dangerous vice with various economic and social consequences and thus requiring greater attention. He has, however, stated that it is commendable that the overall number of disseminated financial intelligence reports to the law enforcement agencies, LEAs, and foreign competent authorities increased from 923 in 2023 to 951 in 2024, representing a 3% increase. Mr. Nyambe added that out of these cases, 10 related to corruption, an increase from 9 cases disseminated in 2023. He says the report also notes that feedback received from LEAs on disseminated reports indicates those 3 convictions and 7 non-conviction based forfeitures were secured, resulting in the forfeiture of assets valued at 26.5 million United States dollars and 71.5 million kwacha in properties and cash.
It is, of course, commendable that the overall number of disseminated financial intelligence reports to law enforcement agencies has increased. It is a marginal increase of 3%, but I think it is an increase all the same, and the FIC needs to be commended in that. Now, what is also clear from the 2024 trend report is that it shows that commercial banks have continued to be the highest reporting entities, representing about 96% of the total suspicious transaction reports that were made.
The government, through the Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company, or WSC, will commence the construction of two state-of-the-art wastewater treatment plants in Werere and Chunga in the first quarter of 2026. This transformative initiative, valued at approximately 2.3 billion kwacha, is being co-financed by the government of Zambia, the European Investment Bank (EIB) and KfW. Announcing the development, Water Development and Sanitation Minister Collins Ovu says the move underscores government's unwavering commitment to improving sanitation infrastructure, enhancing public health, and protecting the environment in line with national priorities and international commitments. Engineer Nzovu says the project directly aligns with Zambia's pursuit of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), particularly SDG number 6, SDG number 3, and SDG number 11. He says once completed, it will deliver far reaching benefits, including expanded sanitation coverage, reduced pollution, and strengthened climate resilience. Engineer Nzovu says construction of the plants will span 36 months, during which Lusaka's wastewater treatment capacity will be significantly boosted. He says the Chunga plant will be upgraded to handle 18 million liters of wastewater daily, double its current capacity, while the Ngwerere ponds will be expanded from 8 million to 54 million liters per day. Chinika Ward 11 Councillor Masao Songoma has lauded the decision made by the Kanyama Constituency Development Fund CDF Committee for allocating funds towards the reconstruction of a wall fence connecting Kanyama Central Secondary School and Kanyama Community Grounds, which was brought down by a heavy downpour on the 23rd of March 2025. Mr. Ngoma said that the committee's decision to respond in the affirmative following calls by the people of Chinika Ward 11 in Kanyama constituency is a clear demonstration that the voices of the grassroots are heard, thereby creating confidence in community leaders and the government. The civic leader disclosed that the collapse of the wall fence saw a rise in theft, thereby posing a serious security risk on the school infrastructure and the learners. The councillor has urged the people of Chinika to continue safeguarding the school infrastructure until the new wall fence is erected before the onset of the rainy season.
Now, in the CDF account, should be channeled towards the reconstruction of the wall fence at Kanyama Central School and Kanyama Central Community Ground. We appreciate the chairperson and all the members for having heeded to our call. And right now, money has been set aside to reconstruct the walls. We are thankful because that now is going to prevent the issues of theft that we are faced in a few months from the time the wall fence was brought down by heavy downfall on the 23rd of March.
And in other news trending this afternoon, University of Zambia historian Professor Bisek Piri has reminded political parties to adhere to the directive by authorities to avoid wearing party regalia for parties not participating in by-elections. The Land Alliance Zambia Executive Director Patrick Musole notes with concern that acquiring land is often characterized by challenges, among them land scams. Up next, the business news.
5 FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Small and Medium Enterprise Development Minister Elias Muranga has underscored the critical role that skills development plays in the growth and sustainability of businesses. He stated that the ministry is actively prioritizing the integration of skills training as a key component for individuals and businesses applying for empowerment funds. Mr. Mubanga says access to financial resources alone is not sufficient to ensure that success of small and medium enterprises, SMEs, entrepreneurs must also possess the necessary knowledge and competencies to manage and grow their ventures effectively. He says to this end, the ministry is working to align its empowerment programs with the capacity building initiatives that equip beneficiaries with practical skills, business acumen, and entrepreneurial mindset.
Skills development in terms of business development, I think it's critical and it's very important. How do you get, this loan without understanding how you shall run your business? And in fact, there's a component of hand holding. The component of hand holding our SMEs. You have access to this finance, then the GIP Zambia will work with you. They will go with you to see how your business is running. Of course, the ministry will be very close with our entrepreneurship officers in the districts.
Ends the business news.
5 FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about.
And in news from across rescue services found the wreckage of a plane that disappeared about 16 kilometers from its destination in the far eastern Amar region. The Angara Airlines AN-24 plane carrying 42 passengers and 6 crew had left Blogorsvesky close to the Chinese border and vanished from radar screens as it approached Tinda Airport, officials said. Amar's regional governor Vasily Olov said all necessary resources had been deployed to find the plane. 5 children were among those on board, he added. Shortly afterwards, Russia's emergencies ministry said the Russian civil aviation helicopter had spotted burning fuselage from the plane. No one is thought to have survived, reports say. For more, a roundup from the BBC.
Border dispute between Thailand and Cambodia has escalated into military clashes that have left at least 12 people dead. Thailand has carried out airstrikes while Cambodia has fired artillery and rockets. India and Britain have signed a trade deal which they say will lead to a multi-billion-dollar boost in exports. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's in the UK, called the two countries natural partners. Medical workers in Sudan say at least 27 people have been killed during an attack by the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces in West Kordofan. The Sudan Doctors Network said civilians were targeted inside their homes.
And in sports news, Manchester City winger Jack Grealish among Napoli targets. Real Madrid are ready to offer £100 million for Rodri, and Javi Guerrera rejects Valencia's contract amid Manchester United interest. Manchester City and England winger Jack Grealish, 29, is one of several left-sided players being considered by Napoli. Real Madrid is set to offer £100 million for Manchester City's 29-year-old Spain midfielder Rodri. In the afternoon weather forecast, northwestern Copperbelt, Luapula, northern, eastern, Lusaka, southern provinces, including the western parts of central province, partly cloudy, slightly windy, and mild to warm. Maximum temperature is ranging between 22 degrees and 27 degrees Celsius. The evening will have few clouds, windy at times, and mild to cool. Western and Muchinga provinces, including the eastern parts of central province, mainly sunny, slightly windy, and warm to hot. Maximum temperature is ranging between 23 degrees Celsius and 29 degrees Celsius. The evening will be mainly clear, windy at times, and mild to cool. That weather item brings us to the end of the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories that made headlines. UPND Director General for Media in the Presidential Support System, Frank Walia, has insisted that the judiciary is independent, contrary to views held by some sections of society. Transparency International Zambia TIZ is disappointed that the Financial Intelligence Center analyzed less suspicious transactions reports related to public sector corruption, resulting in the low number of disseminations on corruption as compared to cases relating to money laundering, fraud, and tax evasion. And finally, Russian rescue services have found the wreckage of a plane that disappeared about 16 kilometers from its destination in the far eastern Amur region. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and YouTube channel 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sannie. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.